Hello, everyone. So it's not Tom this time. We've got Finerrz, the YouTube wolf sensation. How are you, Finerrz?
Yeah, all right, thank you, mate. As good as we all can be, but yeah, getting by, thank you.
Yeah, we've got to get out of the way. How's it been going for you? I don't want to say the disease word or the word L down
No,
because it might happen in the
yeah,
video. But how's it going for you? I know you're still at work, aren't you?
yeah, working from home. Obviously, the YouTube side's been pretty hard. It's hard to vlog any matches when this is not going on.
Yeah,
So, sort of improvising with that, and in that sort of been not doing anything apart from a few live streams. But no, yeah, just getting by. It hasn't been too bad, to be honest. Obviously, got the whole family here, and we're coming up with a lot of
yeah.
stuff to do. We've come up with loads of jobs that just didn't need doing whatsoever, but we've done them. So,
When
been all right.
when this all first started after the Olympiacos game, did you think it'd come to this?
No way. Honestly,
No,
like
same.
at that game as well, I thought with that Olympiacos game, I thought this shouldn't be on. Like, why is this
Yeah,
going? Like, because every other game was called off. It was like, no, Wolves, you must travel to Greece. It's like, what is going on here? But after that, you just thought like it was the hot topic in the room. I don't know if you saw where I was for the game. It was sort of like a watch party thing
yeah.
at the Molineux, and
I watched
everyone's
the
going,
video. Yeah,
"Oh, it's stupid. We should just keep the old people inside and let us all go." And then like it's what it's grown into, and it's like I thought, "Oh, I'm always going to be all right." And then there's
yeah,
people 21 dying, stuff like that, and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
you suddenly feel more vulnerable, don't you? So definitely staying
Es-
inside. I'm not going to
Escalated
do the
so
shopping.
quick, didn't it? It was just crazy.
Mm,
Anyway, that's out the way. Straight back
yeah.
to the beginning, Finn. I just want to know. You must have been you must have been about 16, actually. Why did you start doing YouTube? What was the thought behind it? What made you get into it?
Well, Wolves YouTube was about then, but yeah, the actual YouTube, I was about 11, maybe
Oh,
12.
really? Oh, so you did videos
Yeah,
before Wolves? No way.
yeah, yeah. Well, to begin, my first video technically was Wolves. I twisted Bully's arm into giving me a game of FIFA,
No way.
and put it out on YouTube. But it's the worst video. Like honestly, if you like, because you can sort by like the first video instead of like the latest one.
Yeah.
And it like I see people comment on it every so often. It's like, oh my god, what is it?
Oh,
So
it's
like
still up. You've
nuts
left it
and
up.
yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
it's still
wow, wow.
it's
I'll have to watch that.
honestly it's awful. Like, and I didn't realize that you can like FIFA games, people cut it up. I just put the whole entire game in. So it's just like there's like so much dead noise. But he doesn't know how to play FIFA, so he's like kicking it out for a throw in all the time. Honestly, it's awful. But yeah, I started with that sort of stuff and did a bit of FIFA, a bit of Call of Duty, just literally just playing with my mates and put a bit on and put a pack opening up, and I'm like, why hasn't it got a million views or whatever? Like, because
Yeah.
you don't at the time you sort of think this is going to be easy, but yeah, I went transitioned into the Wolves stuff about would have been about 16. I remember my first few. I remember one of them being Newcastle away when Newcastle were the team in the Championship.
Mate, that's the first time I saw one of your videos.
That the what? Yeah,
Because I did one. I did
okay,
one myself that day, and it comes up in recommended, and I seen it, and that was
yeah.
probably the first time I watched it. Because the thing that got me from the off of your videos, Finn, is just how good you were at editing. Did you teach yourself how to edit?
Yeah, they wouldn't have been back in the day. All those ones were still on like iMovie, the default Apple sort of almost like the movie maker for Apple.
Mm.
But yeah, I taught it all myself. To be honest, I used to make videos when I was about 9 or 10. One of my mates used to come around after school when his mum was at work, so he used to come around and we used to film little videos, and we are like, yeah, these are going to go on YouTube. And my mum watching was like, there is not a chance this is going on YouTube. So we're doing like little skits and stuff where we're like, and then like putting up a green screen and pretending we're underwater, like the standard
Yeah.
sort of stuff where you experiment. So I used to edit from about 8, 9. And then I've just taught myself through iMovie, and then I progressed about 2 years ago into one called Final Cut. That's when I really sort of tried to up my game. But yeah, thank you though. I do try and pride myself on that, but it also takes a lot longer as well. Like you see, I'm
Yeah.
always
A
last
couple of
to the
days later.
market
Yeah.
out of it takes me a while, especially with the Wi-Fi here. It's not a great combination.
So you were doing it for about a couple of years, and then we've got to get onto it. The main man himself signed. So how long into it was it when he signed? Because you were doing them a bit on and off, wasn't you? You didn't do one
Yeah.
every week, did you, at first?
No. To
Vlogs.
begin with, I remember I started with a thing where I was like, right, I'm gonna, sort of like Casey Neistat, where it'd be like day 25 or whatever, like where you'd like
Yeah.
name them. So I did like right match day 1, match day 2. So I was doing like, but yeah, I had on that quiz the other day, Barnet in the FA Cup. I remember I did
Yeah.
Barnet in the FA Cup, like thinking it was going to get as many because people just aren't bothered about that sort of stuff. So I selected. So I did like Newcastle away. I remember Liverpool away that season, which was obviously amazing.
Massive.
So I picked and chose my game very well. But then I started doing it. I remember in the season, which obviously season after that it would have been, wouldn't it? Yeah, after the Lambert season. I I was doing a few, and I remember like I always say to my dad like that because it was literally, did we beat Leeds like 4-1 or something that season at home? And
In the championship,
free kick.
yes,
Yeah,
4-1. I think
it was just me and my dad going to the game. I think my mum and sister are ice skating. And I was like, because I was still doing it on and off, and I was like, I don't know whether I'm going to do this. And he was like, no, do it, like basically forced me to do it. So I was in the right mind. I was like, fine. He was like, no, you've got to keep going with this. It's going to go somewhere. I was like, okay, fine. And I always think back to that game, like where I could have just like left it, but then I was like, right, okay, I'm going to do every week. Like, so, you know, like there's sort of like movie moments where they just go like, I know it sounds a bit cringe, but I was like, okay, right, I'll have a go here. Especially if I'm not paying board.
It's interesting to hear that because there is so many things that like make you not want to do it, isn't there? Bad comments from people. Yeah. It's quite. It takes a lot getting used to just seeing yourself on camera and little things like that, doesn't it? Like watching yourself back and that. So you're glad you stuck it out, obviously, the way it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you first had that bit, and I was like,
my head went,
so much more to go. Yeah. It's like you first see it, it's like, how can this person that doesn't know me, that doesn't sort of, it's just like, but now my mum, if I show my mum, she's like, right, where do they live? But
that's what I'm like, mate. Like, because when someone comments just on Twitter or something, or even on YouTube, it's the fact that they haven't got their face as a picture, and they say all this crap, and you know they'd never say it to you. And well, you obviously said how I reacted. I just lost my head that once, but yeah, like you say, it's just crazy. But even at this small scale, so imagine what it's like for the absolute bloody mega stars. But yeah, so you're over that then. Has that ever affected you a lot? Have you ever nearly stopped because of stuff like that?
To begin with, I did. I was like, I just couldn't understand it. But then there was just something that switched me that I found it hilarious. I don't know, like, there was one guy, to be fair, there was one guy that was a Millwall fan commenting on my video, and he'd write like nonce. So, but okay. But then if I didn't reply, like some of my mates would then jump on it when I was getting like a couple of hundred views, and they'd jump on him like, shut up, and then next week, if no one replied, he'd step it up. So it'd be like effing nonce. And then it'd be you effing something like the next week. I was like, oh, where's he going to go the next week? And then it became sort of like a funny thing. That the only ones that get me a little bit is that I think when Wolves went through that sticky period at the start of this season where we hadn't won in 7 or 8 games. I remember Crystal Palace away. There was a few, put your camera down. And there was another one as well where they're saying, I was filming an opposition corner and someone really didn't like it. Like, it's not even our corner. But it's like, you've got to get the balance of it. And it was down our end. So when the chips are down, people seem to turn more in the stadium, like when we haven't won in a while. But Man City away or whatever, when you're doing that and people are wanting to get in the video, so it really does sort of switch like that, and it depends what's going on the pitch for our sort of stuff anyway. But
definitely.
The in-person stuff is a little bit hard because it's a bit awkward then, but the online stuff's quite funny now because it's being a vlogger, you automatically just get nonce. It's like it's a passage, a rite of passage.
It definitely winds people up. So we've got to talk about him, the main man, Raul. When did you first realise that Jesus, like the Mexican fans are mad? They just all watching my videos. When did the spike start? Was it as soon as he signed, or?
No, I didn't make anything. I remember we did a Talking Wolves video when he signed. I think 4 of us were on. I think me, you, and Matt and Dave, or it might have been. I can't remember. But it was like a hit, and I was saying, oh, I'm not sure. Like he's only been a bench player, blah blah blah. and then Ewan went, watch this video, and it was like him Rabona crossing, bicycle kick. I was like, right, okay, I'm sold. Because any player that does that, I'm like, yeah, okay, a little bit of flair. And like first season Traore, when everyone's battering him, I just loved watching him play, even though it wasn't coming off. Just like I just enjoyed that sort of side. But yeah, when he first came in, I remember I did a vlog of the friendly, that Villarreal friendly, where it was like gorgeous day, sunshine. And I watched that game, and I think I said, because I wasn't sure on him, and I said at the start of the video, I'm not sure if we don't bring in another striker because he'd been a backup the whole time. And I said, and then he scored, and I saw how he was playing, holding the ball, and I was like, yeah, like class. My worries have gone now, and I said, oh, I'm part of the Jimenez fan club. So I think I titled it like Raul Jimenez fan club, but
bang.
Like even because I didn't know it was a thing at that point. And then even still, my brain hadn't clicked because when there was getting loads of, I was like, oh, now we're in the Premier League, we're getting quite a lot of views, aren't we? And I didn't click that it was all Mexican people. And I think it was 2 videos in. He scored one. It was against Burnley.
Yeah. And
that got more than average. And I thought, oh, it's because we won a game or whatever. And there was the next one where I saw, and then there was more Spanish sort of language comments coming in. But I like to think that I'd found that first almost.
Oh,
I'd probably get the most 100%. Abuse. But I suppose it's also like the side of it, which I think you do really well as well, like getting them involved. It's not as simple because people go, oh, you just slapped Jimenez in the title, which I do. But like it's because it's not fair, and it's not like Jimenez breathes like in a game or whatever. It's like if he doesn't, and you have to. At the end of the day, it's like if I was watching a German video and they were talking like Jadon Sancho, I wouldn't be that fussed if they're talking in German and da 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 da. But if you get them involved, if you try and speak a bit of the language, or you try and learn their sort of culture with stuff like wearing the flag to like Wembley and stuff like that, they go mental. But there was one comment about that really made me laugh as well. They were abusing the Mexican guy because for 1 second the Mexican flag went on the floor, and they hate if the flag touches the floor. They're like,
joking,
no, dude, you can't touch. Yeah, so I was like, oh my. So you learn stuff like that. They're such a proud nation, and seeing like one of their guys over here is amazing. But little stuff like that, and I mean, like Troy Deeney saw the side of that. If you speak against them, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, like you definitely were the first, and obviously people just knew if you put title, but you've done it really well. I always say this, like I speak to Tom sometimes, and he's like, God, I couldn't do it. I won't want to be a slut. I'm like, come on, man, you got to play the game, haven't you? If you know it's going to get views, you got to do it. But you've definitely definitely embraced them. Like I'm sure they probably all know your family really well, and that how you do all that. I think it's really good.
A bit too well.
Yeah, no, but that because obviously you've had some like absolutely massive videos explode, haven't you? Like 300,000 views, and that like the Wembley one. I remember that went massive.
Yeah.
Spurs. It's just absolutely crazy. When he scores, in the back of your head, are you secretly like, come on?
To be honest, it has to be some of them. If you look, like some of them have hardly got any compare. Like I think the Wembley one's on 400,000 or something, and then other ones it's like the event. So I think the Burnley one's on about 20,000, but then Wembley's on, or there's some that he scored and got about 10. But it's also got to be, I think they like the narrative. So if he scores against a top 6 team, then you got. And also one of my top ones is Man City. He didn't score. It's just because they wanted to see him do the Otamendi thing, like because again, taking on a South American player, it's like yes, Mexican's better than Argentina. They absolutely loved that, but no, yeah, that one hadn't got Jimenez in the title. But I think they're not stupid. They know when Jimenez has done something good because he's on the news. Like the amount of times my little clips a bit. They never have permission, by the way. I just get sent that. It's like, oh, your clip was on the news, because anything he does, it's just like bang.
Finn, if you ever went over there and just walked down Mexico, you'd be like, you'd get swamped. I bet you're like massive over there.
Maybe like in Club America, but I don't know.
No, but their fans are incredible. Like it's the same in boxing. Like I love boxing. Canelo Alvarez, one of the most famous boxers ever. He's the biggest draw because of their fans. As soon as they're attached to one of their own, they're just on it, aren't they? They fodder them everywhere.
Yeah.
So, it begs the question, Finn.
Anthony Joshua guy.
Oh, Andy Ruiz. Yeah, that was.
Andy Ruiz.
He was the first ever Mexican heavyweight champion. He was like he made history. So.
Really?
Yeah,
well, I had all my mates around watching that. They're all rooting for Joshua, and I've got like Mexican kit on, Mexican flag, and the sombrero.
That was insane, by the way. That fight. But it begs the question, Finn. What would your plans be if he did happen to leave? Which I don't think he will, by the way. I think he might see it out with us the rest of his career. But what would you do? What would you plan going forward? Do you carry on as normal and just,
Yeah. Well, one thing would be hope that the Wolves aren't, because it's not just me or you or whoever would be affected. Wolves' social media is so reliant on. So if they lose him, you need a Heung-min Son level to maybe attract the Asian audience, or I think they'd be stupid to not go for another Mexican Wednesday, but already got so many fans. So a Lozano who's not been like Napoli aren't utilising him the best, or that Edson Alvarez I was gutted that we didn't get, that went to Ajax. Obviously he's a centre back, so he's not going to score as many times, but or even just bringing like a 40-year-old Carlos Vela would do from the old Arsenal guy. But I think, to be honest, if I've got my main goal when I started YouTube was just to get the plaque, the 100k plaque, which would just like, I'd know then, like, right, okay.
I think you'll get there, mate. Definitely.
Well, it's like, there. I think even to get that, you've got to eventually, I mean, the model that I would try and follow would be like True Geordie almost. Like you can't just talk about Newcastle, you can't just talk about Wolves, unless Wolves become a mega. So like Arsenal Fan TV have got 1 million because there's lots of Arsenal fans, and then people want to watch it as well.
Because it's funny, yeah.
But like you need to
just on that
out.
thing. Like, I think Tom said it on a Talking Wolves podcast. Would you ever do like that stunt peg or that? Is it Fogden? Would that interest you, going to just random games or like England games? Would that interest you, or would you not have the passion to do that?
I really want to do random games, but with context almost. So I really want to go to Mexico and
that'd be class.
Do a game there, or I don't know whether that would also have more resistance, as in like in the stands, people being opposed to it. Because even if I've got someone sat next to me that isn't a fan, and then they're vlogging it as well, I'd be like,
Yeah, it's
but like their videos are some of the ones like where they go to Scotland games and stuff. They're brilliant. Like there's some brilliant ones with getting the different cultures and then the whole day of stuff. And so it would be cool. But I don't know whether I'd sort of, as I said, like the sort of true Geordie, I want to sort of talk about football more than maybe, because I don't think I'd have the same passion if it's not Wolves. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be hard to sort of care as much. I don't know.
Is nothing in this lockdown made you want to do something like do like a talking thing? I don't know. Like, I know you do your Finerrz Friday, but is there anything like a little podcast on your channel or something like that? You know?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot, and we often it's normally over dinner we have like sort of brainstorming sessions because they're like you're not doing anything, but it's like the vlogging was my thing, but then I'm trying to come up with other types of videos, maybe a series of something else to do every week as well as when the vlogs will come back. I've been thinking about a podcast as well, but I don't know whether I just get hit with that sort of like white boy making a podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone seems to do it, but it would be cool. I know it's just like what I would do it about where I'm trying to film it. So we're trying to set up like trying to find a place in the house to do it. Obviously, you can see my recording setup's very unprofessional at the moment. It's just my bedroom.
No, I think
so, I don't know.
I think if you did like a podcast with just your family, it'd do well because they are obviously with your vlogs. Obviously, vlogs always are going to do okay because he's off the back of something that's trending. But just doing podcasts, obviously, it's hard to get views or whatever. But because all your followers know your family now because they're always in your videos, like your dad, obviously your mum, your sister. I think it'd do quite well if you four or just you and your dad or just you, your mum and dad, whatever, just sat down and spoke about a certain topic or something. I think it'd do quite well. Yeah,
I think it'd be more of a purely English audience as well, because obviously because of the language. I know like the people that watch can speak English as well. But it would be cool. I don't know how I'd do, because I like watching ones where it's like a bit of football, then a bit of random tour, a bit of like where they like get emails in or whatever or stuff like that. I love listening to that sort of stuff. So I probably need to get my arse in gear a bit better, really, because I'm just like, oh, that would be a good idea, and then I don't really act on it, which is probably something. Yeah, I suppose I've got the time now, so I need to look at that. But I think
it's
cool.
interesting you mentioned True Geordie. Is there any other YouTubers like you proper like sport related? Is there anyone else apart from True Geordie?
There's loads that I like. Inspiration wise, it was True Geordie. I mean, when he started his podcast, it was those first original podcasts. They were, oh my god, like they were so good. Like just uncut, like the stuff they were saying.
Mate, I still go back and watch them now. I prefer them to his new ones. I think they're hilarious. Yeah, because he was so raw back then. He was desperate, wasn't he? He was like skint and he needed money. He needed a sponsor. Iconic they are.
Yeah, and like Lawrence trying to sort of keep him on. So he said something awful. He's like, right, okay, well, what he means there is so funny. But like, Spencer Owen was one that I really looked when I started out, because he was at his peak of his powers then when I was starting out. So like doing the FIFA stuff as well, and then the West Ham vlogs and stuff like that. He's massive. It's like just seeing his life and what he's done. If I could do anything near to that, then I just think it's what he's like being in with FIFA, the Wembley stuff. The dog is so cute.
Hashtag.
Having your own football club, it's just that is the dream. But yeah, other football people that I'm trying to think, I like that James Alcott at the moment as well. Like his stuff's quite good.
On Spencer, you mentioned Spencer there. I don't know if you watched it the other day. I shouldn't really be admitting this on camera. I was tearing up. Did you see his video of his missus?
Oh,
when they explained why they broke up, and then she started crying on there. I was like, oh my god, because obviously you'd watched them. They'd been together like 10 years throughout his whole YouTube career.
Obviously. And
they split up, and then
vlogs,
same. They're a channel now. Legend Spencer. To be honest, I haven't really watched his actual channel for a while. Does he upload on there anymore? Because I think he concentrates on hashtag, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's gone a lot more towards that. But back in the day when he was doing like the Wheel of Fortune or whatever, and like the FIFA series, then the vlog, and then the Spencer and Alex stuff. Like I remember when they first got the puppy, I was like completely invested in them. Like that, like he's got such a great. Like, it's so surprising to see they split up as well.
Yeah, mad man. The Wembley Cup was iconic. That was mad that he got pulled that off when you think about it. And look, he mentioned him. He was on the True Geordie podcast, and he spoke about he got a lot of crap off like West Ham fans, didn't he, when he was vlogging? He stopped. He actually stopped, didn't he? He stopped doing it because of it. He said he was at an away game in Europe, and like he got started on, didn't he? Like
that's what. That's funny you say that, because he said it was like in a cage, didn't they? And I'm thinking, God, imagine it in that situation, and you're in a foreign country, and like they said that guy came up to him as well, didn't he? Trying to start. It's just like, and then the stuff that his girlfriend at the time was like, it was scary. I'm just on my own YouTube here, seeing you're actually near the top there, Harry Man. You know when you can look down the side to who you listen to the most. Expressions as well.
Oh mate, he's hilarious. But you talk about like the Raul Jimenez impact. He's used Son's name well, hasn't he? Like he'll put like the writing in the title, and he's hilarious, mate. Like he kills me.
Yeah, he's my mum's favourite YouTuber. If I put him, she just absolutely loves it.
When he was on Sky Sports News,
Yeah,
he was just the same, wasn't he? He didn't change anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just in his tracksuit, he's like, "You've got Alicia Keys, bro."
Yeah.
No one.
He's hilarious. So, Finn, how do you see it going? I know, like, it's anyone's guess. What's going to happen? Is the season going to end? Are we going to win the Europa League? Is it going to be scrapped? What do you think is going to happen?
To be honest, if you'd have asked me at the start of lockdown, you sort of go, "Well, in a few weeks it'll blow." And then the more it goes on, the more you just think, "Is this ever gonna like?" Because you think, "Oh well, we'll chuck the players in somewhere on like they're saying like some island that doesn't have COVID," and it's like, "Oh God, I've said it. Sorry."
That's all right. It don't matter. That's all right. That's all right.
Like, and it's like coming up with ideas, but then the players have got families and stuff like that, and you think, and they're scared. It's like, right, I'm going to be almost risking my life because it could affect them. I know they've had quite a high, like Dybala had it and didn't even know he had it because they're so fit and healthy. It's hard to sort of attack them, but risking it's like, why am I risking my life here to play football? But then, just the more it goes on, the more I think, I don't know how they're going to resolve it. I'm just glad what they said yesterday is one way or another it's going to be done, because with the French thing where it's like, why do you just stop it? And I know they have a rule set in where it's like wherever, if it has to, I think, was it 2011 it stopped for some reason? I didn't even know about it, but they said it stopped and then they got given their places at the certain point. And I like, on a Wolves side, I like the thing where they stop halfway.
I tweeted about that the other day, yeah.
Because I think, especially if Man City get banned, then
we're the Champions League,
isn't it? Yeah, hearing it at the Molyneux, but and Villa go down as well. So either way, that's all right. But
I know it's like really horrible for Liverpool fans if it did get scrapped, but I'm gutted for us in a way. Like, we're getting the Europa League. We look like, I honestly had a really good feeling that we were going to go all the way, and just to get pulled away like that. And some of the away days this year, like in Europe, have just been the best games I've ever been to. Like Espanyol, even though it was a nothing game, that was crazy, man.
It was just, I know, but like I know you were in the pub, but like, in the fans, like, we were conceding, and as I said, we were like cheering, conceding. It was like, it's the most surreal thing. Like, even being, if you'd have told me we'd have been at a point where we'd have been winning so comfortably in Europe that we were cheering other goals, it's like, if you'd have told me that a few years ago, let alone at the start of this season. But I think as well, with some of the big boys were out, we were doing so well in Europe, managing it so well. There was like that stat where we'd never lost on a Sunday after playing on the Thursday or whatever. But I think we did have a chance, and I think we could have got fifth. And then if the Man City, who knows with the Man City thing, but either way, we could have been Champions League, Europa League, and it is. I know there's much worse things going on, but it is sod's law for Wolves fans that the seasons of our lives, like, unbelievable. And then it's like, right now, and especially Liverpool as well, like, however long they've been waiting, and then the ones who, like last year when Man City were walking it, it'd have been like, oh well, they've already got 7 in the last 10 years or whatever, haven't they? Just they can write this one off, but for them, and especially even if they do, the amount of fans that have been waiting to see that moment, and they're going to have to celebrate in front of their TV screens, not at Anfield, not with a bus parade. You know what I mean? It's like like that.
What scares me as well is, obviously, I think the Premier League will finish one way or another, but I honestly don't know what they're going to do with Europe, because it's so weird to fit it in around whatever the Premier League do, and obviously other leagues have been scrapped and that. Is it fair? So I honestly do think we're not going to see Europe finish, which is gutting for us. And if they do what they say they're going to do, you keep seeing these stories pop up where they're going to do, next year's Europe's going to be teams that have got good history in the competition. How wrong's that? Like, if we don't get in because we've only been there once and things like that, it's terrible. Like, that'd annoy the hell out of me.
Especially Wolves and Sheffield United, 2 teams that deserve it this season, and then to just Arsenal are like 8th, 9th, and they're like, just chuck Arsenal in on merit or whatever. That they'll find some corrupt way of doing it. But it's just such a shame that we had a chance there and we were on a roll. I mean, it's a shame that the last game we went to was Brighton at home 0-0. I suppose the last Europa game was good, but I just completely I should have appreciated that more, I suppose, when we were in there, because I was moaning about it being 0-0. But if you think I miss just being at the Molyneux.
Yeah, I'll take it now, 100%.
Yeah, appreciated it more.
So when we do get back, mate, are you just picking up from where you left off? Keep doing the vlogs for the rest of the season, or if it is the rest of the season? And
who knows? Yeah, it's so hard to plan, isn't it? Because and then it's going to be, the football's going to come back, but there's no way we're going to be in the stadium. So it's like, how do you do that? I know you do the live streams and stuff.
Yeah, what would you do? Would you do something like that, like a watch along or something?
Well, I thought about live, but we also did. I remember there was one game we couldn't get to. I think it was on Boxing Day.
Fulham, I remember it. You didn't
and we did like a Gogglebox style one. So I think that was professionally on my mum's iPad at the front of the room or whatever. But I think if it was going to be a thing, I'd make some sort of like thing of it. Whether I've just come up with an idea now, actually, whether you could do like get a few families to film it, you know, like Gogglebox style thing, and get a few people's reactions at different times. That might be cool, actually.
You could use Zoom for that. That's fair. I guess. You could do something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But no, I think it's going to. I saw an Arsenal representative went on Sky Sports and said they predict about 24 months until we're allowed back in the stadium.
Wow.
So it's like 2 years. So me taking my gap year out to focus on YouTube and stuff looks a bit stupid now.
Crazy. And what happens with like season tickets? And
I know
we're still in the middle of a season ticket. I don't know what they're going to do with that. That's crazy. They're going to give them money back? I don't know.
I know. What they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, you will take it off the price of next season's ticket, but then put this next season's tickets up that much." That's what they do.
Because about now is probably past it now. They'd have been doing like early birds and everything now, wouldn't they? So
it's weird, like May, because it was saying, "Oh, it's the playoff final in 2 weeks or whatever," and you think, "Wow, literally the whole of the rest of the season is just." Like, to be honest, I don't know what you found, but I haven't every Saturday. I haven't been going, "Oh, I miss it." Like we should have been playing, probably because I'm not waking up at the right time or whatever. But I haven't. I thought I would miss it more. The first week I was really struggling, but once it's out your routine, you sort of forget when the games would have been.
Exactly that, mate. Like all days feel the same at the moment. I'm not even I wake up most days. I'm like, what day is it today? Like I didn't even realise it was Saturday until I looked at my phone about half hour ago. Like, now,
who are we meant to be playing today?
I don't know.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know the first weekend. Was it the first or second weekend? We'd have had Villa away, like a few weeks in. I was a bit gutted that day because that'd have been like an early kickoff, wouldn't it? It was on telly and all that, and we'd have beat them as well. So.
I think it was last week or the week before. One of my mates who supports Everton was like, "Do you want to have a game of FIFA? Because Wolves are meant to be playing Everton today or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know," but I did go.
That's great. Did you see all the Jota stuff? That was incredible, wasn't it? How good is he on FIFA?
Honestly, I scared my mum when that goal went in the final. My mum and dad ran like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Jota's won!" Like I was so invested. I was sat here sweating. It was on it like, and I said it's like the first sort of roar I've let out in months. You know what I mean? Like that sort of competition that you crave. Saying I haven't missed football as much, but like missing that sort of, especially with Liverpool as well. I was so invested, so, and he's so good, and he was so sort of like.
I loved the fact he had the Wolves top on, mate. Yeah, like he had the Wolves top on. Everything. I was like, "Go on, son!" Like.
I was saying to him, like, I don't know how, because he wore that 4 times. Well, 3 live streams he had to do, and then there was 2 games in 1 live stream. But as soon as I wear a football top and I've been sweating, that's a write-off. Like, I can't believe unless he's got loads. I suppose he's probably got a lot of Jota shirts, hasn't he?
Yeah. And then didn't he put I'm not too familiar with Ultimate Team. I've hardly played it, but he did like a mad thing, didn't he? Where he won 30 games on a weekend or something. He put the tweet out the next day.
It's like esports, so you get 30 games. It's called Foot Champions, and however many games you win out of the 30 puts you higher. So he literally won every game against every person, and he's like, I found it mad. He put out his team, and he's got a 99. Basically, if you're a player, you get a 99. Yeah. So I was speaking to him and his brother about it because I said because him and his brother absolutely loves FIFA, and he said, why haven't you got his 99 card? And he was because he said him and like. It's confusing because they're both called Raul, but the Raul doesn't play it very much. So he said, I'll give you my 99. But he like if my brother was in the game, he plays Aguero up front. And I was like, why would you not put your own brother in your team? Yeah. He was like, oh no, he's not very good on FIFA. But this season it's about tall players are rubbish. So like I used to always be 6'6" on pro clubs. Now I'm 5'6". So to be fair, he's got a point. But he was like.
Is it that card as well? Yesterday, when we were saying just before we come on, Traore and Jimenez have been picked as team of the season. Is that right?
Yeah, it's normally called like team of the season, and it's now called Tots. It's like team of the season so far.
And
so they've.
Well, that's good though, isn't it? Like,
well, last season he didn't get one, and it's arguable. I mean, he had a great Europa League this season, but in the Premier League, I think he's probably got a similar amount of goals. And I remember that I'd searched Raul Jimenez when he didn't get one last year. Mexican, I don't know whether they've done it like the uproar. Yeah. There was one, and he was in a Club America shirt, and he had a pistol. And he was like, "Where is the Jimenez card?"
That's crazy.
I screenshotted the tweet. I'll send you. But yeah, last season I don't think we had. Oh, Doherty got in last season.
Oh yeah, that's good. He was good. He scored loads, didn't he, last year? To be fair.
Yeah. But basically, this season, Adama, they gave him a rubbish card at the start of the year. And then he had 1 or 2 good performances, and EA have just absolutely like just chucked Traore cards out for fun. Like if he got one for Man City, And then they've given him a team of the season because he's like the player on FIFA. It's like,
yeah, like
and
apart from Raul in our team, obviously, in terms of fame, I'd say Traore is like one of our most famous players, isn't he? Just because there's always clips of him floating about, taking everyone on.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I saw someone's tweet about it. I think he was on. I'm probably going to be about wrong here, but he was on 50,000 Instagram followers at the start of the season.
Wow.
You look now, and it's like a million. Yeah,
wow.
it's so. And you think about, as an agent or whatever, if you're moving him on, that's the brand value you've got as a player. You can say about that because it was that one picture at Norwich, wasn't it? That one picture of him doing, and it was like all of a sudden it's like thousands of millions of Instagram followers.
Well, you say about his agent, it was worrying what he said the other day. Did you see that when his agent was like, it was going so well? It's unfortunate for him. I was like, oh no, he's trying to move him on. No.
Yeah. I'm trying to put it to the back of my mind of like, because Jimenez is doing loads of interviews, and it's like, stop talking. Like,
he's saying good things though, isn't he? He come out and I love it in England, but that doesn't mean it might be rules in England, but. Crazy.
And he said, he said, I want to stay in England. And he also said Barcelona. He said, if Barcelona or Real Madrid can call him, I can't turn it down. He said yesterday.
Fair enough. But I actually don't think they would, because just because of his age, if they were like looking to rebuild for a big future, they'd probably go for someone a bit younger, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
If they did, Sorry,
just on Raul, mate, you mentioned his brother there. Does Raul know? Raul must be aware of you, right? Do you know if he is? If you speak to his family and that? Because I guess they enjoy the videos.
Yeah, well, his dad came up to me and was like, "Oh, what?" I put it in my Spurs videos. Like, "Oh, what I watched you on YouTube." So, like, my mind was just like, because I know a lot of the other vloggers and stuff say they've got players that follow them, message them, and I don't know whether it's Wolves sort of like try and keep themselves to themselves. But I've never had anything. I would assume that none of them have ever watched a video. Which
I reckon they have, mate. They've got to have, because like just like Twitter and that, if like one of your videos or like your tweets goes round, they've got to.
Yeah, I don't know whether they've got better things to do. I don't know whether we've got those sorts of characters. So, like, I know Aubameyang watches a lot of the Arsenal stuff because he seems like that sort of guy. To sort of get with that stuff. Been in contact with everyone but him. So, like, his sister, his brother, his dad, his cousins follow me on Instagram,
and his missus. You had a picture of his missus at the one guy, didn't you?
Oh yeah. That was me approaching her. Though. I don't know.
Oh right. Was she aware of who you was? Was she aware of you?
I don't think so.
Oh well.
I didn't sort of want to go, oh, this is me. Do you know what I mean?
I'm the Raul vlogger.
Got a photo with me.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But no, so I don't, and it's sort of cheeky to sort of go. There's been a few, like, I remember I tagged the brother in an Instagram challenge. Yeah. And then he put that on his like every time he puts me on his story or whatever, or tags him and everything. I'm like, he follows him on Instagram, so he might have seen me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's never been any.
I'm pretty sure he's aware of who you are. Honestly, I reckon one day you'll have a video of him or something. 100%.
That's the dream. It's just
I think you will.
Maybe. It's just a bit like getting to a level where the Wolves would like let me in before he leaves, if you know what I mean. Like, because I saw there's a Mexican channel that did those videos with him, and I spoke to that guy messaging me actually. The guy, they got like 4 million subscribers, and they just talk about Mexican football. Wow. But yeah, they did a video with him and us. So that would be cool one day. But yeah, we'll see.
All right, mate. That's pretty much all I got. Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. You're all right. You're keeping all right.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it's all about you this video, mate. Don't worry about me. No, it's
any poker wins.
No, not lately, mate. Unfortunately, I'll probably lose it all back by the end of the lockdown. But no. I know it's pretty crazy to say because everyone who's subscribed to me is probably subscribed to you. But where can people find you, mate? It's Finerrz on all platforms.
Yeah, Finerrz spelt wrong. I don't know. I've done it
2 N's,
wrong,
1 N, 2 R's.
1 N, 2 R's. I've done it. It's all because I set up my Twitter when I was about 11. I just said it as that, and then I thought, right, I want to keep everything. What do they call it? Streamlined. So you have everything sort of the same at. So I was like, right, I'll make my YouTube that, and then my Instagram that, and then people, everyone spells it 2 N's, 1 R, but it's FINERRZ.
Spot on, and that's on everything: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube,
Snapchat, if you want. It's everything.
I forgot that existed. Snapchat, video. Right, mate. I really appreciate you coming on. Thanks for that, and I'm sure we'll Talking Wolves quiz probably be the next time I see you.
It will.
Yes. Thanks for that, and cheers everyone for watching. See you in a bit.